Hi, I'm Chris Muchler, Principal Enterprise Architect in VCDX 257 from virtualelephant.com. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about 4 things that I've learned over the last year as a part-time content creator here on YouTube. Let's get started. When I started my YouTube channel for real back in early 2023, one of the things that I wanted to be able to accomplish with it was to share some of the things that I've learned in a variety of areas that are related to my career in IT and enterprise architecture. And just like my blog before this, virtualelephant.com, I wanted to be able to share the practical side of things with you, the audience, to be able to help you the way that I've been helped by others throughout my career. And as a result of that, I've been able to see some success with the YouTube channel over the last year, for which I'm very grateful for. Over the last year though, I've learned some things, and I wanted to just kind of share a couple of the things that I've learned at being a content creator on YouTube. So the first thing is, to experiment with different topics of what you're going to cover. So you can see on the channel over the last year, I've covered a variety of things that are very specific to what the VMware portfolio was prior to the Broadcom acquisition, especially around Kubernetes and how Kubernetes was being deployed and operated from a VMware mindset, as well as other components within the Kubernetes ecosystem. You know by my videos that I'm a massive fan of Cilium as a CNI and its enterprise grade functionality that it provides to Kubernetes operators and developers. As well as other ways to be able to deploy Kubernetes, both in the public cloud and in a private cloud, things like Rancher and how we do this in Azure and in AWS and so forth. And so I've done a lot of videos on Kubernetes and really what that ecosystem looks like today and how to be practical from an architecture perspective and an operator perspective to get Kubernetes working as a service offering within an organization. In addition to Kubernetes, you've seen that I talk a lot about the VCDX certification. Obviously, I'm a massive fan of the program, having been a VCDX certification holder since 2017 and a panelist since that fall. I love the program and I want to continue to see it grow, and it's been really awesome to see some of the recent announcements of other candidates who've recently defended and earned their VCDX numbers. And so that makes me really happy, and I hope that my content has played a part in someone's journey to achieving the VCDX certification. And then the other area, the one that I'm really most passionate about right now, is enterprise architecture and how to help an organization from a leadership perspective be able to accomplish a cloud or digital transformation. And this is really more broadly focused on methodologies and capabilities and what an organization looks like, and less about a specific product or technology that an IT organization or engineering organization is going to try and implement or adopt within their environments. And so experimenting with these different topics has allowed me to be able to figure out what resonates with you, the audience, within these areas. And certainly while certain topics like Kubernetes definitely seems to be a larger hit for me from a channel analytics perspective, it's the cloud operating model, it's the digital transformation, the cloud transformation topics that I'm really most passionate about. And while those haven't necessarily hit right off the bat, I'm slowly starting to see more and more traction the more I talk about it, which makes me happy because I want to be developing content that you, the audience, find useful. The second thing that I've learned over the last year is to learn from others, but most importantly, to find out what works for me. So certainly I've watched hundreds of hours and probably thousands of videos on YouTube from other content creators across a wide, vast area of expertise. Things from how to design an office to what you kind of see here in the background of what I've created, to how to set up your studio, how to edit your content, how to use effects within Adobe Premiere Pro, which is what I use for my editing software, how to record content, what equipment to use, everything that you can think of under the sun, because you have to figure out what's going to work for you. And you have to do that by learning from others, at least I do. And so over this last year, I've experimented with different things to find out what workflow works for me, how I should be developing the content, how I should be editing the content, and so forth. The third thing that I've learned, and you might have noticed this recently, is that consistency is hard. So I'm a part-time creator. I have a full-time job and a full-time family that takes up most of my time. And so the content creation is really kind of on the priority list, probably 4th or 5th down the list of things that occupy my time each day. And so finding the consistent time to being able to record, edit, augment, develop content creation ideas has really been difficult for me this last year. And especially if you look over the last few months, you'll see that the new releases have really dropped off in their frequency. And that's because I've been involved in other projects, both other side projects within the IT space, attending conferences, getting ready for others that are later on in the summer and fall, as well as, adapting to a new employer. This year, after Broadcom acquired VMware, it's been very tumultuous over the last 6 or 7 months, as well as just being busy with my family. And that takes up a lot of my time, and my children and my wife definitely are the priority. So being consistent as a part-time creator is definitely difficult. And then the last thing that I've learned is to realize that no one is perfect. I think if you look at any channel that you follow, if you look at some of their earliest videos and compare them with what they're doing today and the content that they're producing now, you'll see a wide gap between where they were and where they are now. And that's definitely been true of my own journey over the last year. Definitely some of the very early videos that I created in my previous office space. Now I look back on them and it's almost kind of cringy a little bit, but I realize that this is a learning experience, and I'm going to continue to improve on what I'm doing as I continue to record and get more and more comfortable in front of the camera. And that's definitely been one of the overall largest things that I've had to learn over the last year, which is to just be comfortable in front of the camera. Learn how to just talk to it, act as though the camera itself is you, the audience, and we are having a conversation. I thought originally when I set out on this journey that my ability to be in front of a crowd of people, whether it's at a conference or running a workshop, that would directly translate into recording content for YouTube. Just the ease. I really don't get nervous anymore when I'm in front of an audience or delivering content and so forth in person. But recording it is different. We start to get a little neurotic, or I definitely get a little neurotic around, is everything in the background, is it cleaned up and look nice? Does the background look nice? What does my hair look like? What clothes am I wearing? All of the little things that all of us can be a little neurotic about kind of get amplified when you're trying to create content and put it out there to be critiqued, to receive comments, to receive dislikes and likes and so forth on YouTube. And so that's definitely been a massive learning experience over the last year. I hope to continue to improve upon it, to continue to be able to develop and generate quality content that you, the audience, find useful, regardless of what part of your career you might be in or what industry you might be working on. So definitely these are the things that I've learned over the last year. I've been grateful for this experience. I'm grateful to all of you who have subscribed to the channel. I hope that you'll continue to come back and let me know of what you think about this content that I'm generating. Let me know where you might like me to spend more time or spend less time, if that's the case, so that I can continue to grow the channel and generate content that you find interesting and beneficial to you as an individual. So as always, please like and subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you think of the video. Reach out to me on Twitter @ChrisMuchler. Let me know what you think. And as always, I look forward to talking to you next time.